Listen to me very carefully. What I'm about to share with you is not just advice. It is a law that separates those who rise from those who remain stuck. A law that protects your destiny from the poison of the world. And if you ignore it, you will watch your dreams collapse before they ever take root. Never tell people what you do, not because you should hide, not because you should be secretive, but because the moment you open your mouth, you give away power. You leak energy. You invite doubt. You expose your vision to the envy, the criticism, and the limitations of minds that have never built anything themselves. I have studied the lives of the most successful men and women who ever walked this earth. Andrew Carnegie, Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, John D. Rockefeller. And I can tell you with absolute certainty that every one of them understood this principle. They did not announce their plans to the crowd. They did not seek applause before the work was done. They moved in silence. They built in shadows, and they emerged only when the result was so undeniable that the world had no choice but to bow. You see, most people do not understand the power of silence. They think that talking about their dreams is progress. They believe that explaining their vision is a sign of confidence. They assume that announcing their goals will hold them accountable, but they are wrong, tragically wrong, because every time you speak your plans, you plant them in soil that is not your own. You hand your seed to people who have no investment in your harvest, and when they crush it, when they tell you it cannot be done, when they fill your mind with their doubts, you wonder why your dream never grew. The truth is this: your vision is sacred. It was given to you for a reason. It was planted inside your heart by a force greater than yourself, and it is your responsibility to protect it, not to broadcast it. Not to seek validation, not to beg for approval, but to guard it like treasure and nurture it in silence until it becomes strong enough to stand on its own. Let me tell you something most people will never understand. The strongest trees grow in silence. The deepest rivers carve mountains without making a sound. The most powerful forces in nature operate quietly. And so must you. Because silence is not weakness. Silence is discipline. Silence is focus. Silence is the armor that protects your dream from a world that does not yet deserve to see it. When you talk about what you are doing, you invite interference. You open the door to opinions you never asked for. You allow people who have achieved nothing to tell you what is possible. And slowly, without even realizing it, their limitations become yours. Their doubts creep into your subconscious. Their fears become the voice in your head that whispers, maybe they are right. Maybe this is too big. Maybe I should wait. Maybe I should quit. That is how dreams die. Not from failure, not from lack of effort, but from exposure, from speaking too soon, from revealing your vision to those who lack the courage to dream themselves. So let me give you a truth that will change your life if you embrace it. Never tell people what you do. Keep your plans locked inside your heart. Work in the shadows. Build in silence. And when the time is right, when the work is complete, step into the light, not with words, but with results so powerful that the world is forced to take notice. Because at the end of the day, the only language the world respects is the language of results, not promises, not explanations, not intentions, results. And results speak louder than 1,000 words ever could. Now let me take you deeper. Let me show you why talking about your dreams is one of the most dangerous things you can do. And let me teach you how to master the discipline of silence, so that nothing and no one can stop you from becoming who you were meant to be. Talking drains your power. Every word you speak about your plans is energy that should have been invested in execution. Let me explain this clearly, because most people do not realize what they are doing to themselves. When you tell someone what you are going to do, something happens inside your brain. You get a rush of satisfaction. You feel like you have already accomplished something. The praise, the encouragement, the attention, it all feels good in the moment, but that feeling is a lie. It is a counterfeit version of success. And it tricks you into thinking you have made progress when in reality you have done nothing. This is not my opinion. This is psychology. When you talk about your goals, your brain releases dopamine, the same chemical that is released when you actually achieve something. So your mind rewards you for talking as if you had already done the work. And once you get that reward, the hunger to act decreases. The fire inside you begins to cool. You become satisfied with words instead of starving for results. Think about how many people you know who constantly talk about what they are going to do. They announce their plans with excitement. They explain their vision in detail. They tell everyone who will listen. But years go by, and nothing changes. They are still in the same place, still talking, still explaining, still dreaming, but never executing. Why? Because they wasted their power in conversation. They burned the fuel of their ambition in meaningless talk. Now contrast that with the person who says nothing, who keeps their vision private, who does not broadcast their moves. That person is different. They do not seek applause. They do not need validation. They do not waste time explaining. They simply work, day after day, night after night, in silence. And when they finally emerge, they carry proof. Proof that no one can deny. Proof that silences every critic. Proof that demands respect. This is the difference between talkers and doers. Talkers leak energy. Doers concentrate it. Talkers seek approval. Doers create results. Talkers wait for encouragement. Doers move with discipline. And at the end, the talker is left with nothing but empty words, while the doer stands with victory in hand. So ask yourself right now, which one are you? Are you the one who talks or the one who builds? Are you the one who announces or the one who executes? Are you the one who seeks applause now or the one who earns respect forever? Because you cannot be both. You cannot spend your energy talking and still have enough left to execute. You must choose. And if you choose greatness, if you choose victory, if you choose to become everything you were meant to be, then you must choose silence. Silence is not just the absence of words. It is the presence of power. It is the protection of focus. It is the container that holds your energy until you are ready to release it in the form of undeniable results. Guard your vision. Lock it inside your heart. Do not feed it to careless mouths. Do not hand it over to people who cannot see what you see. Keep it sacred. Keep it protected. And let the work speak when the time is right. Now let me tell you something else that most people refuse to accept. The world is full of envy, more than support, more than encouragement, more than belief. Envy is the dominant force in the hearts of those who have given up on themselves. And if you are not careful, their envy will destroy your dream before it ever has a chance to grow. People envy more than they support. That is the harsh reality you must face if you want to rise. Most people will not clap for you. Most will not cheer for you. They will smile to your face while secretly hoping you fail. They will act like friends but plant seeds of doubt. They will give you advice that keeps you small because your growth makes them uncomfortable. Why? Because your success exposes their excuses. Your discipline exposes their laziness. Your courage exposes their fear. Your rise reminds them that they quit. And instead of being inspired by you, they become threatened by you, so they do everything they can to pull you back down to their level. This is not cynicism. This is reality. And if you do not understand this, you will fall into the trap of seeking support from people who are incapable of giving it. Let me tell you about a man I once knew. He had a vision, a powerful vision, something that could have changed his life and the lives of thousands of others. But he made one fatal mistake. He told everyone. He explained his plan in detail. He shared his dream with friends, with family, with colleagues. And do you know what happened? They crushed it. Not with violence, not with anger, but with doubt, with criticism, with subtle discouragement. One person told him it was too risky. Another said it had been tried before and failed. Another reminded him of his past mistakes. And slowly, piece by piece, their words chipped away at his belief. He began to second-guess himself. He started to delay. And eventually, he abandoned the dream altogether. Not because it was impossible, but because he exposed it to envy before it was strong enough to withstand it. Do not let that be your story. Do not make the same mistake. Understand that envy is real. It is everywhere, and it does not care about your potential. It only cares about keeping you at the same level as everyone else. So what do? You protect your vision. You keep it private. You do not share your plans with those who have not earned the right to hear them. You do not seek validation from people who lack the courage to dream themselves. You move in silence. You build in secret. And you let your results be the only announcement the world ever hears. Because results cannot be denied. Results silence envy. Results force respect even from those who wish you had failed. When you step forward with proof in hand, with evidence of your victory, even your enemies must acknowledge it. They may not like it, they may not celebrate it, but they cannot deny it. That is the power of silence. It protects your dream from envy. It shields your vision from doubt. It guards your energy from waste. And it allows you to focus every ounce of your strength on execution instead of explanation. Remember this. People who have not built anything will never understand your vision. They cannot see what you see. They cannot feel what you feel. So when you speak to them, you are asking for faith from those who live in fear. You are expecting courage from those who are filled with excuses. You are seeking support from those who envy more than they encourage. Stop expecting lions to understand sheep. Stop expecting winners' faith from losers' minds. Your dream is yours. It was given to you, not to them. So guard it, protect it. Work on it in silence. And when the time comes, when the result is ready, let it speak for itself. Now let me take you even deeper. Let me show you why silence is not just a strategy. It is a law that governs success in ways most people will never comprehend. Results speak louder than explanations. This is the foundation of everything I am teaching you. You do not need to tell people what you are doing. You do not need to convince anyone. You do not need to explain yourself. Because when the work is done, when the proof is in your hand, no argument is necessary. Results are the only voice that cannot be silenced. They are the only language that everyone understands. They are the only evidence that demands respect. While words fade, while promises vanish, while opinions dissolve, results remain. Results are eternal. Results are power. Results are the only truth that cannot be challenged. Think about the greatest achievers in history. Did they announce their plans before they acted? Did they seek approval from the crowd? Did they broadcast their struggles to gain sympathy? No. They moved in silence. They built in darkness. And they emerged only when the work was complete. Thomas Edison did not tell the world he was going to invent the light bulb. He worked in his laboratory for years, failed over 10,000 times, and only when the light finally burned did the world take notice. He did not need to explain. He did not need to convince. The light spoke for itself. Henry Ford did not ask permission to revolutionize the automobile industry. He did not seek validation from experts who told him it could not be done. He simply built. And when the Model T rolled off the assembly line, affordable and accessible to the masses, the world had no choice but to acknowledge his genius. Andrew Carnegie did not announce his intention to become the richest man in America. He worked in silence, built his empire brick by brick. And when his fortune stood before the world, undeniable and immense, no explanation was required. These men understood something that most people never learn. Results create authority. Results build respect. Results earn admiration. Explanations do none of these. Talking will not give you influence. Explaining will not give you power. Only execution, only delivery, only victory gives you the right to stand tall. So the next time you feel the urge to tell people what you are doing, stop. The next time you want to explain your dreams, stop. The next time you are tempted to reveal your moves, stop. Ask yourself this question. Do I want to talk or do I want to win? Do I want applause now or respect forever? Because you cannot have both. You cannot spend your energy convincing others and still have enough left to build. You must choose. And if you choose greatness, you must choose silence. Work in silence. Grind in silence. Build in silence. Let them wonder what you are up to. Let them underestimate you. Let them think you are doing nothing, and then shock them. Shock them with undeniable proof. Shock them with results so clear, so powerful, so absolute that no explanation is required. At the end of the day, Explanations are forgotten, but results are remembered. Talk is ignored, but results are celebrated. Words are challenged, but results are respected. If you want respect, deliver results. If you want to be heard, deliver results. If you want to be remembered, deliver results. Results speak louder than explanations, so stop talking. Stop explaining. Stop seeking approval. Do the work, deliver the result, and let the world be silenced by what you created, not by what you said. Now let me give you the practical application of this principle. Let me show you exactly how to master the discipline of silence so that nothing can stop you from achieving your definest chief aim. First, you must understand that silence requires strength. It is not easy. It goes against everything you have been taught. From childhood, you were trained to share, to explain, to seek feedback. But those habits were designed to keep you dependent. They were not designed to make you powerful. Silence requires you to trust yourself more than you trust the opinions of others. It requires you to believe in your vision even when no one else does. It requires you to move forward without external validation. And that takes courage. That takes discipline. That takes an unshakable faith in your own ability. But here is what happens when you develop that strength. When you train yourself to keep quiet, to work in private, to build without broadcasting, you become unstoppable. Because there is no interference, no distraction, no outside noise. Every ounce of your energy goes into execution. Every moment of your focus goes into progress. And over time, you build something so powerful that the world cannot ignore it. Second, you must guard your vision like treasure. Because it is treasure, your dream is the most valuable thing you possess. It is worth more than money, more than status, more than approval. And just like treasure, it must be protected from thieves. Who are the thieves? They are the doubters, the critics, the envious, the ones who will tell you it cannot be done because they never did it themselves. They will steal your belief if you let them. They will poison your confidence with their limitations, so do not let them in. Do not give them access. Keep your vision locked inside your heart where it is safe. Third, develop the habit of executing before explaining. Most people explain first and act later, but by the time they finish explaining, they have lost the fire. They have wasted their energy. They have given away their power. You must reverse this. Act first, execute first, build first, and only when the result is complete, only when the proof is in hand, then you can speak. But even then, let the result do the talking. Let your victory be your voice. Let your success be your introduction. Fourth, learn to embrace the mystery that silence creates. When you do not tell people what you are doing, they wonder, they speculate, they try to figure you out. And that mystery becomes your advantage. It keeps them off balance. It prevents them from interfering. It forces them to respect you because they do not know what you are capable of. Mystery is power. The unknown is intimidating. When people cannot predict your moves, they cannot stop you. When they do not know your plans, they cannot sabotage them. So let them wonder. Let them guess. Let them underestimate you. And when the time comes, let your results shatter every assumption they made. Fifth, surround yourself with people who understand this principle. Not everyone will. Most will think you are secretive or arrogant. But the ones who have built something, the ones who have achieved something, they will recognize your discipline, they will respect your silence, and they will become your allies because they operate the same way. Find those people, learn from them, work with them, but do not waste your time trying to convince those who do not understand. Let them talk, let them waste their energy. While they are busy explaining, you will be busy executing. And finally, make silence your default. Not just in your speech, but in your entire approach to life. Stop announcing everything you do. Stop posting every move on social media. Stop seeking validation from strangers. Live privately, work quietly, build consistently, and let your life speak for itself. Because the truth is this: the loudest people are often the weakest. The ones who announce every step, every plan, every achievement are usually the ones who never finish the journey. They drown in their own words, but the quiet ones, The silent grinders, the disciplined dreamers, they are the ones who shock the world. They are the ones who move in shadows and emerge with something so powerful that no one can ignore it. So train yourself in the art of silence. Make it your strength. Make it your weapon. Make it your shield. Protect your vision. Guard your focus. Execute in private and deliver in public. That is the path to greatness. That is the way of the masters. That is how you rise above the noise and build something that lasts forever. Never tell people what you do, not because you are hiding, not because you are afraid, but because you understand the power of silence. You understand the danger of exposure. You understand that results are the only language worth speaking, and you have made the decision to let your work, not your words, define who you are. Let me leave you with this final truth. The world does not remember what you said. It remembers what you did. History is not written by those who promised. It is written by those who produced. You are not here to convince. You are not here to debate. You are here to create, to conquer, to dominate. And none of that requires words. So hold your silence. Protect your dream. Execute your plan. And when the doors finally open, when the work is complete, step forward not with explanations, but with undeniable proof. Proof that silences the doubters. Proof that humbles the critics. Proof that no one can deny. Because at the end of the day, words fade, promises vanish, opinions mean nothing, but results, they are eternal. Results are power. Results are respect. Results are the only truth that cannot be challenged. Never tell people what you do. Build in silence, grow in darkness, rise in power, and let your success make the noise the world cannot ignore.
That's all for today. If you found value in this message, show your support by hitting the like button, subscribing to this channel, and turning on notifications so you never miss our daily releases. Take action today. Your future self will thank you.